Hey everyone, I'm Trevor, and today we are at SeaWorld San Diego to bring you the ultimate guide, everything you need to know about visiting SeaWorld in 2023. So let's get going. Let's start off by talking about some of the things that are new at SeaWorld San Diego, maybe since your last visit. In 2022, Emperor, which is behind me, opened, and it is easily the best roller coaster that they have here at SeaWorld San Diego. I think that if you've never ridden this before, it's an absolute must. Coming towards the end of spring 2023, over here in the Wild Arctic exhibit, they will be adding a new ride called Arctic Rescue. Now, they don't have any signage up for it as of right now, but actually they do. There's some signage over there. Here we go. So behind this wall is where the queue is going to be for that ride. It is going to have a 48-inch height requirement, and it's going to be similar to Manta. You obviously can see you're going to be riding around on some snowmobiles, going through the Arctic to rescue animals. Last year they opened this Build-A-Bear workshop at SeaWorld, so if you have little ones that are interested in Build-A-Bears that are SeaWorld themed, this will be something that you'll want to check out. Last year, Sea Lions Live changed to Sea Lion and Otter Spotlight. It lost a lot of the show's fun appeal, and is now a more educational experience. Sad to say, I miss Sea Lions Live. Another show that also changed is Dolphin Adventures. Used to be Dolphin Days. Now, at the moment, the Dolphin Adventures show is just a aesthetic re-theme. The show itself is no different than Dolphin Days, although I am told by trainers in the performance that eventually the plan is to change the actual contents of the show. But for now, don't let the name fool you. Dolphin Adventures is the same Dolphin Days you're used to. Last year, there were a variety of food changes, and one of them here is the Chicken Snack Shack. This used to be Big Bird's Bistro. They still have funnel cakes and Dole Whips and soft serve like they did before, but in addition, now they also serve chicken sandwiches. Of all the food places that have opened recently here at SeaWorld, the one behind me, Hibisco Modern Mexican, is the best of all of them. It's also one of the best food places to eat in the entire theme park, so I highly recommend checking it out. It does, of course, have Mexican flavors, and it is very tasty. They offer quesadilla tacos, regular tacos, burritos, rice bowls, salads, and more. Want to talk about things that are new? This right here is new. I have never seen this before. They're adding a 5% surcharge to all bills because their food isn't already expensive enough. Now's a good time to tell you to hit the like and subscribe button for more SeaWorld San Diego content. We go to lots of theme parks in the area. I have mostly universal praise for Disneyland. I just love it. But here at SeaWorld San Diego, it's always a bit of a mixed bag, and I have no problem being completely honest here on the channel. That pricing thing has been an issue here at SeaWorld for a long time. They just gouge you when it comes to food costs, especially. And I thought it was getting better, but that 5% surcharge is a little deceptive. Instead of just raising their food prices, they're slapping you with a 5% fee that's in very tiny print at the bottom of the menu. Sorry for the delay in this video. I'm on a mini food rant and I just couldn't help myself. So I got the quesadilla tacos here at Hibisco, which we just obviously talked about. It was $17.99. When I started eating them, they're good, but they're nothing compared to Disney's quesadilla. And Disney's quesadilla, do you know what I just looked up? $12.49. Same thing, 2 tacos, beef stock, and that's it. $12.49 compared to SeaWorld's $17.99. Talk about price gouging. Moving on, the next new place that opened in 2022 was Manta Pizza. Now, this used to be really, really expensive and was another one of those ones that I complained about. They reduced the cost of the pizza, but they also reduced the size of the pizza. So I'm not sure that their price reduction amounted to anything, but if you are looking for pizza, the pizza here actually is pretty decent tasting pizza. Another new location is the Underwater Cantina, which just serves alcoholic beverages, nothing else. And the only thing underwater about it is the fish tank. And the final new food location that opened last year is Dreyer's Ice Cream Parlor. Save the best for last because it's ice cream. Everybody loves ice cream. One final change is that they've moved the flamingos back to behind Shipwreck Rapids. This is not a permanent change. This is just because of the avian flu, but it's been like this for quite a while. I want to say 5-ish months at this point. So I would expect them to be back here for the foreseeable future, which is why I added it to this video. People have been visiting SeaWorld San Diego for a while. Well, remember that there used to be an aquarium back here right next to the starfish touch pools. But that aquarium has been closed for a few years now, and I do not expect it to reopen. It's just not going to. They don't even have any signage anymore. So while that's not something new that you should be looking forward to, it is something that you need to be aware of, especially if you haven't been to SeaWorld in a few years. Next to the Sea Lion and Otter Amphitheater is another aquarium that has been closed for quite a few years, and I don't see reopening anytime soon. Despite the sign saying they're making waves, there is no new project. Let's talk about rides now. So here we have Emperor, and this is one of their newest attractions at SeaWorld San Diego that debuted in March of 2022, and this is a roller coaster that you don't want to miss. SeaWorld San Diego's busiest times are going to be the months of March and April, and then the months of June through August. Those are where you're going to experience the highest levels of crowds here at SeaWorld. Also December to a moderate degree because of like Christmas celebrations and things, but the rest of the year, especially months like January, February, September, October, those are going to be your ideal months to plan trips to San Diego. However, one thing to keep in mind about coming in the off-season is that not all rides will be open. Journey to Atlantis is closed for regular maintenance during the off-season because it's cold, so you probably wouldn't have wanted to ride it anyway, but if you did, you wouldn't be able to. As far as rides here at SeaWorld San Diego, they do have a lot of big roller coasters like Electric Eel behind me. They have Electric Eel, Emperor, Manta, and they'll be opening a new coaster in 2023 called Arctic Rescue. There are two main areas for kids rides. This is one of them over here. They have 3 kids rides in this little nook. And right across the way from that is a ride for kids and adults alike, but it's right in the kids area are these swings. This ride can get an hour-long line, so plan accordingly. The next area for kids rides is over here at Sesame Bay of Play. They have 3 kids rides, a Dumbo type attraction and Elmo's Flying Fish, a Mad Tea Party type attraction and Abby's Sea Star Spin, and Oscar's Rockin' Eel, which is a rocking type attraction. On the other side of the park is Manta, Shipwreck Rapids, and Tidal Twister. In addition to Journey to Atlantis being closed, Shipwreck Rapids is as well, just because it's off season. One thing to keep in mind is that Tidal Twister is frequently broken because of how unique this ride is. So it may not be open when you come, just expect that it probably isn't. They're currently testing it at the moment, so it may be open in the next couple days, but at the moment when I'm visiting, it's broken. If you'd like a more in-depth look at all of the rides here at SeaWorld San Diego, a little bit later on in this week, I'll be putting out an ultimate ride guide. This will show you every single ride at SeaWorld. It will talk about height requirements, quick queue, and an intensity rating on each of the rides so that you know what you and your family members can handle. From the second that you walk into the park, you are greeted with one of their outdoor attractions, some touch pools. They have some cleaner fish over here off to the right, and they've got a bamboo shark over there on the left. You can reach your hand in the pools, you can touch them. It's actually really fun. Check this out. Over here at the outdoor orca viewing exhibit, they have an upper area which you can see from over there on the side of the pathway. But this is also an excellent place to stand when they have Dine with Orcas going on, which usually takes place at 1 p.m. on Saturdays. They do a show right up here and you can see them jumping, and it's great. But they also have an underwater viewing area, which is where most people are going to want to go, so you can see those orcas up close. If you are considering doing the Dine with Orcas buffet and show, I'll put a link to it right here, and you can check out our video when we went. I actually thought it was a pretty decent experience. It was a little pricey, but I thought it was worth it. Next, we have Dolphin Point. This is going to be where you're going to see dolphins, but it's also going to be where you participate in the Dolphin Interaction Program and the Dolphin Encounter. Both of those are paid experiences. They happen over here at Dolphin Point. Next to Dolphin Point is Otter Outlook. Over here you can come and see some sea otters. Over here next to Manta is the Bat Ray Pool. They also have a feeding experience. For just $8, you can buy a container of food and you can feed those bat rays. It's actually a really neat experience, and I'd highly recommend it. Similar to the touch pools at the front of the park, they have starfish touch pools back here by Tidal Twister. Similar to the bat ray feeding over here at Sea Lion Point, you can feed sea lions. This is a fun experience as well, though not quite as exciting as the bat rays because you don't actually get your hand anywhere near those sea lions, but they are fun to watch whenever you're feeding them. I'm putting it in the video because it's a thing, but Garden of Discovery is not very interesting. This is about the extent of it right here. Our first indoor attraction is Shark Encounter. This is where you're going to be able to go into that underwater tunnel and see lots of fish and sharks. They also have an upper observation area, but I prefer just to walk straight down into that tunnel and take the moving walkway. It's amazing. Hello, Mr. Grouper. How you doing? The next indoor attraction, Turtle Reef, underwent a major renovation in 2022. While the bulk of the attraction remains the same, the inside of the aquariums actually got a nice refresh and look nicer and better than ever before. Our next indoor attraction is Penguin Encounter. Here at Penguin Encounter at SeaWorld San Diego is the only place in the entire United States that you can find those big emperor penguins. Aside from penguins, they also have a puffin exhibit. They also have an outdoor penguin exhibit. Now this net isn't normally there. That's because of the avian flu. The final indoor exhibit is Wild Arctic, where you're going to find beluga whales and walruses. As of the time of this filming, because of construction for Arctic Rescue, the entrance to Wild Arctic is actually through the gift shop. If you come back here to the back, this is where the attraction normally exits. In fact, it exits right here, but they have this pathway open to get to the entrance of the exhibit. The belugas have an above water viewing area, but the best place to see them is actually underwater. This exhibit is by far the best themed, so take your time, enjoy, and explore all the different displays like this. You might recall that SeaWorld San Diego used to have a polar bear. Snowflake was lent to the Pittsburgh Zoo, and she is still there. They now have harbor seals over here in Wild Arctic. Here's one of those harbor seals sunbathing, and there's another one right there. There is one in the water too. The walruses are my favorite animals here at SeaWorld San Diego. Their viewing area is amazing, and if you get it just right, you can see them swimming by right up close to the glass. It is awesome. I love this theming right here, that I'm in a shipwreck. This is just amazing. It's my favorite indoor exhibit. We'll lump these together with the indoor attractions. They have two arcades here at SeaWorld San Diego. The Surf's Up arcade over by Mission Bay. This is a much smaller arcade than the other one. And the larger arcade over by Electric Eel. That one has many more games and the ability to win tickets and win prizes as well. They have a little crab and octopus viewing area that's really fun to come into. Check out the octopus, nice and up close. Now let's talk about shows here at SeaWorld San Diego. Behind me is Orca Encounter. This is going to be that big show where you can go and see Shamu, as everybody used to refer to him as. Now they talk about the orcas as their individual names. It's a very educational type show. It's not like you used to remember the orca show here at SeaWorld San Diego. Since they ended the breeding program, they no longer get in the water with the orcas because, of course, the incident that started the whole Blackfish documentary. But the experience here isn't quite as exciting. It's still good and worth your consideration, but my uncle visited for the first time in like 10 to 15 years, and he said, that doesn't seem to be what I remembered it like. It wasn't as exciting. Another thing to keep in mind if you're coming off season is they have limited show times, because, I mean, it is a Saturday, but they only have 2 showings for Orca Encounter because it's really off season. Next in our list of shows is Sea Lion and Otter Spotlight in the Sea Lion Amphitheater. This is where you're going to learn about sea lions and otters. I don't know how else to put it. Over here at Dolphin Amphitheater, you can enjoy Dolphin Adventures, one of the best shows here at SeaWorld San Diego. Mission Bay Theater is one of 2 locations here at SeaWorld that has seasonal shows, like during Electric Ocean or Halloween Spooktacular. They'll have special shows back here, but other times of the year, it lays dormant. The Nautilus Amphitheater is another one of those amphitheaters that it only hosts seasonal venues. So because it's off season, there's nothing running today, but at different times of the year, you'll be able to see new and exciting shows that change on a rotating basis. Now let's talk about food. First up is Shipwreck Reef Cafe. As you can see, it's currently undergoing some construction and maintenance. Hopefully it'll be open whenever you come. Shipwreck Reef Cafe is the only themed restaurant in the entire park and is a great place to come and get some meals. Manta Pizza, just outside the Manta ride, has, obviously, pizza. Next to that is Hibisco Modern Mexican, which we talked about earlier. What we did not mention is that they have mobile order pickup available. Just download the SeaWorld app, go to dining, and purchase on there. And mobile order is not something that's unique to Hibisco. I just saw the sign, so it reminded me of it. But there are mobile order options all throughout SeaWorld San Diego now. I'm glad that they've got on the mobile ordering train. It's really helpful with Disneyland, and it helps a lot here at SeaWorld too. A couple of food places that aren't always open, but sometimes are. The Baja Grill over here off to the right, next to Manta, and Fusion. In the far back of the park is the waterfront. At certain times of the year, they do have food and live music down here, but since it's off season, the only thing the waterfront is good for is this wide open lawn to let your kids run around, some picnic tables if you need a place to eat, and a gorgeous view of the bay and the Bayside Sky Ride. Here at the Calypso Bay Smokehouse is where you're going to find barbecue offerings, chicken, ribs, salads, and more. Most of the food places here at SeaWorld have very large dining areas, which is great. You're never going to have to struggle to find a seat. And the final restaurant here at SeaWorld San Diego is Explorers Cafe, which has cheeseburgers and chicken tenders. In addition to all the main food places, they also have little shops like this where you can get pretzels, churros, popcorn, and more. In other food locations, Discovery's Fresh Market. This is where you're going to find your healthier options, salads, sandwiches, etc. The market also doubles as a store, which has a lot of beachy type decorations. These are really nice looking decorations. It's not the type of thing that you think of when you come to SeaWorld, but those are really awesome if you're looking at interior decorating. Next, let's talk about merchandise. Behind me is the SeaWorld store, the largest store in SeaWorld San Diego, where you're going to have stuffed animals, t-shirts, and those personalized memorabilia that everyone likes to get. You can find that here at the SeaWorld store. The Whale Shop next to Orca Encounter is where you're going to find all your Orca-related merch. Again, the same type of things, t-shirts, personalized memorabilia, toys, etc., but all Orca-themed. Over next to Manta is another gift shop. Now, this one is not Manta exclusive. It has a wide variety of SeaWorld type themed merchandise. It's not the best store, but there is one over here for you to be aware that it exists. At the exit to Shark Encounter Internal Reef is Reef Gifts. Over here you'll find shark-themed merch and turtle-themed merch. As we mentioned earlier as well, another shop here at SeaWorld is the Build-A-Bear Workshop. Penguin Encounter spills out into this penguin shop where you can find penguin-related merch. And they still have Christmas stuff over here. It's February. At the exit to Wild Arctic is the gift shop Arctic Trader. Again, this just has a wide variety of normal type merch, but they do seem to specialize mostly in SeaWorld rescue type merchandise here. If you are a SeaWorld annual pass holder, you can purchase these collectible plates here at Arctic Trader, and these look amazing. They have one for each month. The penguin one is January, the orca one is February. We purchased both of them, and we're looking forward to collecting them all throughout the year. Those plates are plastic, and they're dishwasher safe. They're just not microwave safe. So keep that in mind, but they're only $5. For $5? I think they're cute, and I love collecting things. I'm a sucker for collectibles. Well, that's it for our time here at SeaWorld San Diego. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions that I didn't answer in the video, drop them in the comments below. I answer every question here on the channel. Then hit the like and subscribe button for more SeaWorld San Diego content, as well as other theme parks in the Southern California area. We'll see you again next time.